I like how we vibe. 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 I like how we vibe.
This video is sponsored by our channel sponsor, which is 015. You can find them on 015.co.za for some premium web hosting from as little as 45 Rand 90 cents. I mean, 45.90. Think about it. That's not a lot. And you will get some premium domains. And I personally would advise you on getting maybe the Supreme or the Executive packs, because it comes with a lot of benefits and a lot more storage. And you can host multiple websites on one package, you know. And this is, since we are talking businesses and growing your businesses, you can actually get your business registered by them. And there's some benefits, you know. You can get a name reservation, company registration, a certificate, income tax number, and you can even get a free.co.za domain if you pick one of the higher packages, or you can get a free QuickBooks subscription for 3 months. For 3 months. Yo, that's nice. You know, that's really, really nice. And if you want a website, they can actually develop a website for you at a very affordable rate of starting from 2,100, excluding VAT, I think. But it's not a lot. Think about it. 2,100. You spend a lot more on other things. But yeah, and once again, executive plans and supreme plans, you literally get free domains. They, for the first year, they are literally out here trying to win you guys over. Anyway, let's continue with the video. And then now we're gonna go to the tax and consulting account. So in there I'm gonna go 8th of May. Let's say we had lunch at McDonald's. No, Nando's. I'm gonna keep it at account. Here we're gonna say, because we entertaining a client, remember 15k entertainment is a client, so we're gonna go to entertainment, exempt, and it automatically updates it. Reference, I'm not gonna make any reference. Okay, let's say reference is, it's gotta do with, you would put the invoice number here if you had it, or let's say the code number here if you had it. But we don't have it right now, so we spent about 500 Rand on that lunch. Okay, and then 5 days later we paid a supplier, Tom's. So let's say we decided to pay Tom's studio monitors. Supplier Tom's. You see, Tom's. And it's not going to raise a VAT here because we've already raised or received the VAT under suppliers, remember, so it's not going to come here. So we spent about 3,000 Rand there. And we're going to press save. As you can see, our bank balance has decreased. Now we're going to pick another bank account. Actually, no, I had made a mistake. I shouldn't have said Tom's. I'm going to say Tembi. Remember, this is the tax and consulting account. So I'm going to say Tembi, supplier. I'm going to pick Tembi. and we pay Tembi 3,000 Rand safe. So here, if you may have made a mistake, then your accountant would be able to delete this and put it into the right account. So yeah, then your next one, it will be, we're gonna go back to this account here. Even although we had already done this, I'm gonna add, let's say the 15th, Tom's Studio. I'm just gonna say studio, supplier, Tom's. If you had the invoice number here, you would put it. So we spent a cool 4,500, and we press save. Excuse me. So the account has gone down, as you can see. Now we're gonna pick the business account. As you can see, we're very broke, so we want to transfer to this account as at the end of the month. So what I want to do is I want to move money from the other accounts to this account for admin purposes, things such as paying salaries, paying rent, and all those things, because this is like the main business account. Well, we didn't say it was the main business account, but we're going to treat it as the main business account. So let's say transfer from here. I'm going to say transfer, and then I'm going to say FNB music. And then I'm going to pick the FNB one, and then and then I'm going to say monthly expenses. Then I received 35,000. It would help if I put an extra zero. 35,000. Transfer. FNB Consulting. And because this generates more money, I'm gonna say 50,000. I can say 70,000. Too many zeros. Yes. Okay. And up, press save changes. As you can see, the account is looking healthy. And then now I want to pay, let's say supplier, add new, let's say Sipos Sipo Properties. Sipo Properties. Category, I'm not gonna add any. That, yeah, they registered for that 2 years back. So here I'm gonna say C pause rental. If I had the invoice number, I would add it here. Because remember, let's assume that the supplier here, this invoice would have been created under supplier. So I spent about 30,000 rand on rental, and then that's about it. So I'm gonna press save changes, and then salaries would also come up in here under account. Salaries would come under account, and then they would get added, and yeah, they would also basically, if let's say I decided to pay salaries from here, which wouldn't be let's say I paid salaries from here, then you would go to salaries and wages. So that's that. We might as well, let's say GT salary, and salary month, salary May 2020. Then they say I spent a nice 15,000 rand. That would be that. And then obviously now we also, because of salaries, we start looking into doing pay as you earn, UIF, SDL, etc. But we're not going to do all of those now. So GT salaries, save changes, and you get 67,000 rand. That is that. Okay, now we get into the last. Well, we did all accounts, but there's one thing that we did not do. So I'm gonna save changes, and then I'm gonna go to this one. Let's say XVK. Let's say beat one. Customer XVK. Description would be an invoice that you have here. So I'm gonna say beat one. And then let's say I've received 500 rand for that beat. So that's that. And remember, these you would have created the invoices back at customers, but because we need another module, I'm not gonna go back and create invoices for the sake of this, but this is how it would be. This would essentially reduce the balance that side. So save changes, and as you can see, it affected that. So that's literally how you do that, and capturing transactions or expenses from here. So you just pick your account and do transfers. The other option is you can also import banking statements directly from, let's say, I know FNB can normally send you, or you can request CSV files or PDFs, doesn't really matter, and then you can import them in here using this functionality. I think having CSV files is actually more advantageous than having a PDF, so look into getting CSV files from your bank. You can also set up bank fees where it automatically pulls transactions from the bank, and all you do is just go here and allocate what bank account, where this transaction is supposed to be, whether it's a supplier account, customer, transfer, VAT, etc. And you'll find that if you receive the same thing like over and over again, you can, or the same transaction over and over again, you can create a rule. So here you'll say this rule, the text, so let's say Tom's payee here, if it is available, you'll say Tom's, enter the display, etc. So you would be able to create transactions that whenever the system identifies the following transactions based on those keywords that you had put in, it will then automatically allocate them to the right account, the right supplier, the right payee, etc., etc. It really does help in terms of reducing the admin. So that's literally that. I'm gonna say save changes. So you saw we went from my workspace, but let's say you want to enter this section from the banking section. So you arrive here, you start here, right? This is what it looks like when you arrive. You go to banking, transactions, and then you pick your bank account and do transactions. As you can see, all these transactions are here. Yeah, so that's all, folks.